Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another new pick a card reading for you guys, all about how to achieve all of your dreams and desires. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how it works. So basically, this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, and this is pile number 4. You guys can pick based on these cards right here or pick based on the crystals that are right here. And the crystals that we have is Angel Aura Quartz, Angel Aura Rose Quartz, Fantasy Quartz, and another Angel Aura Quartz. So take a moment to find out which pile you are the most drawn to, and once you're done picking your pile, you can scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp linked to your specific reading, so you can click on that and then hop right into your specific reading. But without further ado, let's hop right into this video, starting right now. Alright, so if you guys picked group number 1, this is the reading for you, all about how to achieve all of your dreams and desires. So without further ado, let's jump right into it, starting now. All right, so group number 1, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off this pile with the Chariot. This is a really good card, but it's all about moving forward and sticking to your goals and sticking to what you want and where you're headed. It is ruled by Cancer here. We do have the Cancer symbol. And so this is kind of like going based on your emotions, really listening to what you feel. That's what the Chariot is actually all about, because there's usually 2 different choices in the Chariot, and you're kind of almost pulled in 2 different directions. One is kind of logical and one is more feeling based. And it's telling you to listen to your feelings. What is your heart actually leading you towards? What does your heart want? There might be a like logical reasoning that your brain has about like, oh, well, society expects this of me, or my family expects this of me, or other people expect this of me. So your brain is like logically thinking like, oh, this is the way I should go. But really what you need to do is listen to your feelings. What do you actually want? And head in that direction. I feel like right now, especially with the Two of Swords being our next card, like you're almost being like blocked, and you're blocking yourself. It's also ruled by Libra and the moon here. And so this is again telling you to listen to your feelings, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon is all about your feelings. And Libra really likes to balance things out. Libra loves to people please. And so that can be an issue, especially when you're trying to please society or please your family, but really you need to be pleasing yourself. And so if you guys are going to achieve your dreams and your goals, you need to start asking yourself, what do you want? What are your dreams? And how can you make those happen? And you might need to sort these feelings out for a little while, because you might also be a little bit clouded at the moment, especially with the Two of Swords, by feeling like you're not really sure what you exactly want, because I think you're listening so much about what other people want, the expectations of other people, or what other people in the world might be doing, or what they expect out of you, or how to be the best version of yourself based on other people's opinions. But what you really need to do is take down this cloud and just start to open yourself up and ask yourself the deeper questions of like, what do I really want? And listen to your heart, listen to your actual feelings. What makes you happy? That's where you're gonna get your answers from, is following what makes you happy. And if you don't know what that is yet, start to do things that open you up to discovering that. Start trying new things, and that's why we have the Knight of Swords next. This is kind of like hopping into those new things, jumping into those new things, and just being open. The Knight of Swords is a pretty open guy, because he just allows and just goes with the flow and just takes action, starts saying yes to almost everything. So if you guys are confused about what you actually desire or what you actually want, the best way to kind of do that is to start saying yes to a lot of things. Unless you feel like a for sure no about it, then of course listen to that too, because that's probably telling you something. But the things that you might be like, oh, I don't know if I like that, I really don't know, try it out, see if you do. And yeah, I feel like that's the message that the tarot is trying to tell you guys, is just start to discover what you actually want. And if you know what you want, if that's a clear message, start heading in that direction and stop listening, or stop restricting yourself with this Two of Swords. Stop restricting yourself based on the judgment of other people, or what other people might expect of you, what they want for you. Because really, it's like, are you really going to live to fulfill someone else's expectations of yourself? Like, you need to live for you, and other people need to live for themselves, and then just come together as a happy group of people. So that's the message that's underlying in here for you guys. Then we also have the card here of Manifest, and then we also have Reclaim. These are very powerful, and they speak exactly what this is talking about, because Manifest is like, okay, what do you want to manifest in this life? Do you want to continue manifesting a dream that's not necessarily yours, or do you want to start manifesting what you actually want, what your feelings are? The most powerful way to manifest is actually through your feelings and your desires. And you're born here with desires and feelings to follow that lead you to where you're actually supposed to be. So that's how you end up finding your path, is by following those desires. And then the Reclaim card right here, this is really talking about reclaiming yourself. Because if you're being pulled into different directions of having expectations, or like trying to be somebody that you might not actually be, but you know that people are going to like you for it or anything like that. It's like time to let that stuff go and reclaim who you are. Put that crown on. What is your crown going to look like? Are you going to wear a crown that everyone else is like, oh, this one looks good on you, wear that one? Or are you going to wear the crown that you're like, this one looks good on me and I like it? What are you going to do? How are you going to live that life? And I do see a lot growing for you guys if you guys start to do this and you start to listen to what you really want and reclaim your own energy, reclaim yourself, reclaim your life, and live for you. Don't live for other people. Live for you. Love other people. Be with other people. Support other people, but live for you. That is why you're here, because it's funny that if you try to please other people, you can never please anybody else until they please themselves. And so even if you're trying to live for other people or please other people, it doesn't really fulfill anything. We're all responsible for ourselves. And so what you need to do is just be responsible for you and support other people and inspire other people to also follow their dreams and follow their desires. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people think it's selfish, but it's actually a beautiful thing, because then you inspire the collective and everybody else in this world to live from their heart and their desires. And if we're all living from our truest, happiest desired place and we're manifesting all of our desires, aren't we all going to be just like a happy group of people? Yes, the answer is yes to that if you guys don't know. Anyway, the next card that we have here is begin and then compassion. So you guys just need to begin. This is like the start of it. You guys need to begin to listen to what you want. Just start at be at that starting line and just be like, okay, what do I want? And let's just do it. Let's just be it. And of course, still keep the compassion, because I feel like there's also a lot of people that start going on this road of like, okay, well, I'm going to start living from me and start doing my desires. But then they almost fall off the track and maybe lose compassion for other people and just start only living for themselves. And that's when you fall. There's a fine line here where you fall into either like pure narcissism, or you stay perfect and then just inspire people to live from themselves and continue having that love and compassion. So it's just sending out a reminder of like, keep the balance. Don't lose yourself in anything and just be you and live from your desires. Do what you want, but also still have the beauty and compassion for everybody and everything. And also have compassion for yourself too. I think a huge message in this is to also be compassionate for you, because maybe you're so compassionate about other people's feelings all the time that you don't save time to be compassionate to yourself. And so that's another message that's lying in here, is like, how often do you want to live for other people, and do you ever want to do anything for you? That's an important thing. We also have the Two of Cups right here. So this is again talking about other people. This is about having compassion for other people and also accepting that compassion back as well. Because this is having that good balance, which is also kind of tied into Libra again, and which is kind of the Two of Swords. So there's a lot of two energy here. So it's about balance. So either you're giving too much or taking too much. And figure out which one you are and start to balance that out. Do you need to start giving yourself more, which I feel like for most of you, the message in this is you need to start giving yourself more compassion, more love, more of yourself and more of your own time. Though for some of you, maybe you need to be a bit more compassionate to others as well. So just find out which side of the spectrum you sit on there, because I feel like there's a bit of that message in both here. Then we also have the card of South Node, Life's Debts, and then we also have Capricorn, I Use. And so with the South Node here, it's like you might be living still in your past life, basically. You might still be living based on, what your other life might have been like. And maybe you feel like you need to continue that path or continue things that you're once tied to. The South Node can also deal with, just our karma in the past. Maybe the past is holding you back and you feel like, oh, well, I did this wrong and I don't deserve to have what I desire. I should be pleasing other people because of something that I did or a choice I made. That's in the past. It's time to move forward. It's time to just have compassion for yourself as well. Reclaim yourself. Don't be tied into the past. And then with Capricorn, I Use, again, this kind of goes with the message with the Two of Cups and the Libra, the balancing. You either need to start using your energy for you or using your energy for other people a little bit more. There's, again, that fine line balance. Discover which side you kind of sit on and where you need to give more. You either need to give more to yourself or give a little bit more to other people. But at the same time, the huge message in here is still that you need to start living from your desires, but don't ever take too much from people. Have compassion for yourself and compassion for other people, and don't ever lose yourself, but still stay on your path of what do you want to do in this world, what desires do you want to fulfill, and continue to fulfill those. Our last two cards is Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising, you are the oracle. And then Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. And so these last two cards is like, you can be this pillar of light, you can be this pillar of inspiration when you raise your vibration and start to live from your desires. When you live from your desires, your vibration automatically raises because you're happy, you're in a much better place. Love is the highest vibration of all. And so when you start to have that, you tie in the compassion and everything, you become this huge inspiration, this huge light to other people of just beauty and inspiration of how they want to be. And when you can be that, then you inspire other people to be that way. It is never a selfish thing. And it's a beautiful all-around thing. With this Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms, I feel like, you have other family members or friends and stuff from past lives, even guides and stuff that are helping you on the other side. You have this beautiful Council of Light. It might also be telling you that just surround yourself by good, inspiring people who inspire you to be you and love you for you and have the same goals and passions as you. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope you guys liked this reading. If you did, don't forget to give this video a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number 2. If you guys picked this pile, this is the reading for you, all about how to achieve all of your dreams and desires. So without further ado, let's hop right into this, starting now. All right, so for you guys, I'm really feeling, since we start off this pile with the 5 of Cups here, which is ruled by Mars and Scorpio, this is talking about there's something that you guys are still attached to emotionally that is kind of holding you guys back from achieving what you guys really want. There's something that you're still maybe upset about that's bothering you and keeping you in the past. Like this is specifically keeping you in the past, something that you cannot change. It's not even in your control to change, but you might be still thinking about what could I have done differently, or thinking about like, did I make the mistake? How did I cause that? How can I fix myself in order to make this thing better, in order to bring this thing back into my life? But when the reality is this thing is gone. And it's probably not going to come back, and it's telling you that you need to move forward. We have the 8 of Wands next, which is ruled by Mercury and Sagittarius, which is all about moving forward. It's communication, moving forward, finding that inspiration, just saying, F it, and I'm just going to go into everything that I want to do, everything that I want to manifest. Sagittarius is a very free spirit. It's just like they can detach really easily, and Mercury is too. It's a very fast-moving planet. It's the fastest-moving planet that we have. And so this is saying, like, get back on your feet, and just ask yourself, what do you want to create? What do you want to do? And just jump into it. Whatever you're inspired by, because we also have the King of Wands next. And the King of Wands is like the guy who just knows everything that he wants. And he is just so passionate about what he wants to do that he does it. He knows who he wants to be. He knows who he is. And he just is that. Whatever he wants to be, he just becomes that instantly. He just says, okay, well, this is what I'm inspired by. This is who I want to be. Okay, well, I'm going to be that now. Now I am. Now I am. So you guys need to just tell yourself who you now are in order to achieve all of your dreams and desires. You need to just say, okay, what am I inspired by? Who do I wish I could be so bad? Like, how do I visualize myself? And how do I see myself being the best version of myself? And then just literally become that, like just the epitome of that energy. What would that person do on a day-to-day basis? And how would they live their life? What would their confidence be like? Like, this is all about confidence and realizing that is found within. It's never found without of you. So it's not about the job or the car that you drive or anything like that. It's literally just how you carry yourself is going to lead you in the right direction. But it's all about letting go of the past. This could also be self-criticism as well. The 5 of Cups can also be like looking at yourself being like, oh, but I lack this still, and I don't have this still, and it's that kind of feeling, and it's feeling like almost angry or upset or just emotional about the lack of what you do not have, like either something that you lost or something that you wish you had that would make you feel whole. There's like a feeling like there's a piece missing here. But that is only found when you say that I just am. I am what I am, and I am the best me, and I'm going to be the best me, and I just am already. And just start living it this second. Like, it's up to you whether you want to live it tomorrow or you want to live it today. That is up to you. And so this is just saying move as quickly as possible and just let go. Sagittarius is so good at letting go. Like, they're a mutable sign. If something doesn't work out, they're one of the quickest to get over it. Sure, of course, everyone has emotions. Everyone still deals with emotions. But Sagittarius is kind of the inspiration of like, okay, well, that happened. F it. What's my next dream? Bam. And then you just start living it. And this is what it's kind of telling you to do is like, you're already whole and complete. You are the judge of what makes you whole and complete. And the funny thing about, like, maybe you do want this type of relationship or this type of car or this type of job, and maybe you don't actually have it yet, but the feeling of feeling complete will actually bring those things to you. So it's the feeling that needs to come first in order to manifest the things that you're actually desiring. So just go about your inspirations and your desires and just start living it. Just start living in that every day. It'll bring you everything that you've ever wanted when you start living in that space. But definitely it's like you need to feel whole again. And you can feel that by just being you and being inspired and living in your inspired state. So that is the message in there. Then we also have the card, the Magi, I really don't know how to pronounce that, but it's basically kind of like a magician. And then we have the Warrior. So the Warrior is really connected to the Mars energy and Scorpio and the Five of Cups card that we have here. And it's also really connected to the King of Wands. So this is really telling you, like, be that warrior where the past does not haunt you anymore, or even the things that maybe you're critical about yourself. Be the warrior and just say, you know what, I'm going to let it be my strength. The experiences that you went through, you've probably learned so much from them. You're a stronger person because of it. And even the weak points, we all have weak points, but let it be your strength. Let it be your power. And then with the King of Wands, it's like, you know, just step up. Just be that warrior, that passionate, like, I'm just going to have a dream, a desire, a goal, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to just do it. You guys totally have this power. And then, you know, with this, basically the magician here, I'm just going to call it the magician, is like, you have all the tools to make this happen. You have everything that you need to make this happen. You have it all in front of you. You can manifest anything. You have the magic within you to just start living it right now. You do not need these certain things to make you still inspired and happy and have that warrior mindset of, I'm just going to make it happen. You have that within you. It starts from within. So that is the message with those two cards. And we also have gratitude and passion. And so this is saying, be grateful for what you already have. Look at the positives that you have rather than maybe the lack. We all have lack. We're always going to have lack. There always is a part that always could improve. There's never a perfection of anything. There's never a top peak that you can reach. And so you just need to have gratitude of, like, what do you have? What have you already accomplished? There's definitely something. If you're willing to find it, you can find something. And so this is saying, live from the space of abundance. Live from the space of, like, all of the good things that you do have and get into that happy state, because that is the most powerful manifesting place you can be in. And once you have that, you start focusing on all of the things that you do have. Even if it's a small list, you grow the list by focusing on it. We also have the card here of passion. And so what are you passionate about? Start following those things. Passion is a very high frequency, and it starts to bring in more high frequency for you. Whatever you focus on, you attract. And so if you focus on the things that you have, that you've already achieved, even if it's a small list, you will grow that list just by focusing on it. And focusing on your passions, because it'll bring more things that you're passionate about. It'll bring more experiences to you to grow those passions even more and even further. That's where you need to go. That's the space that you need to come from, because in the quantum field, there's unlimited possibility in front of us. And even atoms, you don't find them until you focus on trying to find them, and they randomly appear in the quantum field. So it's a really funny thing. Anything is manifested and materialized just by focusing on it. So if you're going to focus on, oh, well, I still lack this, or I'm still critical about this in myself, you create more things to be lacked about or critical about for yourself. And so instead, focus on the abundance of what you do have. You're going to grow that instead. We also have the card here of judgment. I think you guys have been way too hard on yourselves. You're judging yourself way too much. You're being so self-critical, either on the way that you are, the way that you look, the past, how you could have changed the past, how you could change yourself in order to change the past, or what you could have done differently. Anything like that. It's like you need to let these things go. That's the biggest part of you right now in order to start living your desires and your dreams, is to stop judging yourself. End the judgments, guys. Become the warrior. Wear your scars like your armor and your strength, and allow them to be your strength, because they are strong. Any scar is a stronger tissue than regular tissue. So you are a warrior. Allow it to be your strength. We also have the lunar eclipse of change. Oh, that's really funny. We just had a solar eclipse, and there's going to be a lunar eclipse this month too. So that's really funny that that card came up. And then we also have Cancer, I feel. And so with this lunar eclipse of change, there's so much change that's always going to happen. Life is always going to have change. But if you're sitting there upset about the change or desiring change so much, but you just sit there judging yourself, you're never going to change anything. You need to become the warrior and just go for your dreams, go for what you want, be the king of wands, and just say, you know what, I'm just going to be this. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. And the feelings, of course, listen to your feelings. This connects a lot to the 5 of Cups that we have. And just of course, allow yourself to feel certain things. But then what are you going to do about those feelings? Are you just going to sit there waiting for them to change, or are you going to go out and actually just change them because you decide oh, I'm going to live from my passions instead? We also have the card of Unbound and Break the Chain, and these are our last 2 cards. And so Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. You need to start releasing the past. This is all about releasing the past, guys, which is what I was saying kind of with the 5 of Cups here, is you need to break the chains, be the breaker of chains. If you guys seen Game of Thrones, I love Game of Thrones. Be the breaker of chains, guys. But don't, if you guys seen the last season, don't be like that, but, still break the chains. And then, oh wow, and then the next card is literally Break the Chain. That's really weird. I was talking about that when I was looking at the Unbound card saying Break the Chain, and literally the next card is Break the Chain. What? Oh my gosh. I wasn't even focusing on that. That is so crazy. It's so funny how tarot connects. But wow, that's crazy. So literally, this is all about breaking the chains of the past, or breaking the chains of self-criticism. Anything that's holding you back, break those chains. Don't allow them to hold you back anymore. The story that you tell yourself is the story that you're going to live every day. And if you decide to break free from those chains that are holding you back or restricting you in any way, that are making you unconfident, that are holding you down, that are stopping you from living your desires, break those chains and just move into the desires. You can do anything. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter your past. It doesn't matter what you did in the past. It doesn't matter what you've lost before. That does not have to be your story today. Your story today is whatever you tell yourself. Your story can literally be, I am the best. My past does not affect my future. My past does not affect me anymore right now. The way I look does not affect me. My personality, my shyness will no longer affect me because I'm just going to be now outgoing and amazing and not shy anymore. You can literally tell yourself that. The more you tell yourself that, the more you will rewire the neural pathways in your brain to actually create that reality for you. Therefore, it has to become, it has to change. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope you guys liked this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me and hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. All right, group number 3, if you guys picked this pile, this is the reading for you, all about how to achieve all of your dreams and desires. So without further ado, let's hop right into this reading. All right, so group number 3, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off this pile with the 2 of Wands, which is ruled by Aries and Mars. We have the Aries and Mars symbol right there. So you guys just need to grab hold of what you want, and you need to come together with this almost power, and I feel like you guys desire something so much, but the actual action upon it maybe hasn't really necessarily been taken yet, or finishing a project hasn't been taken yet. I'm hearing the words finishing a project, or finishing your desires, because you might start them with passion and excitement, but then actually doing the work in between, when you have to do it routinely and it kind of gets mundane, there's days where you're uninspired by it because you're it's not happening quick enough for me. That's, I think, where the issue for most of you kind of lie. And we have the 8 of Pentacles next, and this is ruled by the Sun and Virgo, and Virgo is okay, we need to make this perfect. Maybe you guys are perfectionists and you're just oh, I can never make it actually real because it's just not perfect yet. And you continue working on the dream constantly, and not ever letting it be free, and not ever actually doing anything about your dreams because that you don't feel like they're ever ready. They don't feel like they're ever good enough. But the truth is they are. They really can be. So it's well, sure, work on perfecting your craft, but it's never going to be perfect. There's never a point of reaching perfection. And so you just need to start releasing what you already have, and finishing things that you already have, and just being proud enough to share them, and just knowing that growth comes with time. So are you going to not release anything until you're 80 years old and you've finally gotten to a point where you're it's still not perfect? Because I'm guaranteed it's still not going to be perfect even when you're 80 years old. And so are you going to be oh, finally maybe I'll release one thing because it's finally maybe a little bit better than I was when I was 20? Or are you just going to be you know what, I'm 20 or however old you are right now, it really doesn't matter. But are you going to be okay, am I going to release all of my, works or my things, my projects, my passions? Am I going to start showing them off now and acting on them now and doing them now and showing the world and sharing them with the world now and progressing with that, allowing the world to grow with me? Or am I going to just wait until never. That's the only question you need to ask yourself. The next card is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a very creative person. So of course, like, allow your creative juices to flow, but don't be too shy. The Knight of Cups, like, it's ruled by the water, emotions, and one of the biggest things that holds the Knight of Cups back is like being a little bit too shy, or feeling like you're an empath and you can feel other people's emotions and you're too scared of being judged by other people, and you don't really want to know any negative thoughts. And criticism is a thing that's real in this world. There's also constructive criticism, stuff like that. And you just need to be fine with it. You need to be open to it and just allow, because that's the only way to improve. But you need to share the work first in order to really, and I feel like you have a critical mind enough yourself to like constantly improve yourself, but really, are you ever going to actually live your dream if you're constantly just keeping all of your creativity within and never really sharing it? Or do you want to live your creative dreams and share it with the world? So that's where this is getting caught up, and I feel like you guys just need to do it. You need to start it. You need to finish these projects, finish them, no matter how boring it gets, how mundane it gets, no matter how scared you are to finish the project, because it's a scary thing to ever finish something and actually put it out there. But you guys just need to do it. Or if there's something that you guys really want to do or be, like, just be it. Don't ever be shy to be yourself. Don't be shy of what inspires you. Don't be shy of what makes you passionate. Just be it. Just do it and be it. And no matter what comes your way, just roll with the punches of it. There's always going to be improvement in life. You're never going to reach a point of perfection where everyone just loves everything about you. I mean, there's always going to be something, okay? So just allow it to be what it is. The next card that we have is Get Creative, and then we have Love. So with Get Creative, this ties in so much to the Knight of Cups. I feel like you need to be more compassionate towards yourself and stop feeling so much into what other people might think. Feel into you and allow these creative juices to just totally just pour out of you. That is a huge thing about living your passions and your desires and your dreams. What inspires you? What gets you creative? Do those creative things. Do it with love, and allow love to just flow from every part of your being. And you're just going to, and allow love to flow to yourself too. And love yourself. Love who you are. Realize your talents. Realize your gifts. I feel like you guys are really gifted, whoever picked this pile, like with creative, like artsy talents. But you need to allow more love to yourself and accept love. You guys might be the type of people that get awkward when you're given a compliment. For some reason, I'm really feeling that for this pile. Like, a lot of you probably get really like shy if somebody compliments you and you're like, I don't know what to say about that. But you guys just need to accept it. You need to take it. It's beautiful, okay? It's really beautiful. And I feel like you're this ever-blossoming flower right here, especially with right here we have a flower. Here there's these flowers growing, and it's like, you guys are ever growing. There's never going to be a point where you're like, oh, I'm a perfect flower, I'm at my peak. You guys are always at your peak. Always. You just need to start living it and showing it off and just being out there and with love and just living your dreams by just finally putting them out there. We also have possibilities. The possibilities are endless for you guys. And courage. So there's so many possibilities, but they're only going to show up into your life. This is so funny. These are literally the oracle cards that I don't even look at before doing these readings are literally correlating to exactly what I'm saying, which I love when the tarot does this. So the possibilities are only going to come when you get the courage to put yourself out there, to be open to the possibilities, because the possibilities aren't going to find you if you're like cooped up in your house, hiding all of your art, hiding all of your creativity, hiding all of your dreams. If you just keep them to yourself and you don't ever share it, and you don't ever share what you've currently done or anything like that, you are closed off to the possibilities. They can never find you. So have the courage, build that courage, love what you do, love your work, love it so much, even if it's not the utmost perfection, because guaranteed it's never going to reach that. That's impossible. We'll never be there. Any creative person will always say that they put something out, they put a movie out, but then they always say like, oh, well, this or that. Or if you paint your house and you're looking at all the little things that you missed and you're like, oh my God, well, don't look at that little piece of the wall there where I accidentally did that in that spot. And then, the guests that come over are like, what are you talking about? This is the most beautiful paint job I've ever seen. Like, I don't even see any of that. But you see it because you're the one who did it. So of course, you know the flaws of it. That's always going to be there. It's never going to be perfect. But that's okay, because nobody else really notices that stuff. And even if they do, who cares? Just take it as constructive criticism and grow from it. So get the courage, guys. Put that stuff out there. We also have divine wisdom. So open up to the wisdom of people. And the only way to, get the wisdom of others is to start putting yourself out there and allowing constructive criticism to come through and not being scared of hearing it, and just, you know, believing so much in your creativity and your art that it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or tells you, because you'll either just continue improving and just loving your art and just living in your art. And that's the best place to be, or whatever you guys do. It might not even be art, but like whatever you guys do, whatever creative things that you guys have going on. We also have Provoker with the Grand Cross and Mars of Force. So you guys need to start being the provoker here. You guys just need to like allow this message to be the provoker of like, you guys just need to get the courage to open up to the possibilities and just start doing this kind of stuff. You need to have a little bit more of that Mars energy, bring some of that Mars, you know, Aries, Mars with the 2 wands right here. You guys have this passion within, you guys have this force within, and I feel like you guys just need to start expressing it, putting that stuff out there, having that total like confidence that, you know what, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome no matter what. We also have the initiation, rite of passage. You're going somewhere sacred. So this is the initiation, guys. You are like literally what this says right here. You're getting the rite of passage to start opening up about who you are, who you want to be, what you want to do, putting yourself out there. You're going somewhere sacred. You're going where you're supposed to be if you follow this, okay? So just start doing it. Of course, there's going to be critics, but that's inevitable. It's inevitable. We also have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So, of course, like, you know, when you do open up, don't be like so crazy open and not think about anything. Of course, still have boundaries, but allow the passion to come through and allow yourself to be super creative. Put yourself out there and don't take any harsh words too much. Have boundaries with yourself and what you allow to tell yourself as well. Because you're better than you think you are. Everyone is, really. Like you're everything. And yeah, that is the message. You are already everything. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this reading. If you guys did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. All right, so group number 4, if you guys picked this pile, this is the reading for you, all about how to achieve all of your dreams and desires. So without further ado, let's hop right into this. All right, you guys, so we start off this pile with the 7 of Wands, which is ruled by Mars and Leo. And so this is kind of like, you know, you've probably already had to deal with a lot with whatever you guys are trying to do and like do in life. There's probably a lot already going on. There's probably a lot of criticism, probably self-criticism, hardships, going through stuff, trying to be on top, trying to stay on top of everything. And there's a lot that you guys maybe feel like you have to deal with, or a lot that you guys maybe have to handle, and just maybe you've taken on a load of things, and it's like hard for you guys to live out your dreams and desires because there's just so much going on. There's so many fires to put out, basically. And the next card that we have is the Ace of Pentacles. This talks about, to be able to put out these fires, you need to redo your foundation. Your foundation is kind of unsteady. I'm really getting the message for you guys who picked pile number 4, like somehow when you guys set out to achieve your dreams and your desires, the foundation wasn't like perfectly set. There wasn't like a total plan. Like I feel like you guys have built so much. I feel like there's a steady foundation in the beginning, but you guys have built this tower so high that the foundation is starting to crack. That's the message I'm getting for most of you at the very least. Like, you need to build a stronger foundation in order to continue building this tower. Because the next card that we have is the 9 of Swords, which is ruled by Mars and Gemini. This is talking about you're overthinking so much, but I think you're overthinking in a negative way when we have Mars here, because this is like, you know, the things that, you know, it's the things that we're passionate about, but it's like Mars is a little bit more malefic because it adds like the anger into it, and like when it's in Gemini, this is kind of like way overthinking. You're overthinking everything. And so it's just like there's too much going on. I feel like there's so much going on for you guys, and there's a lot of like things to consider, a lot of things to keep up with. And keeping up with that is like, it's cracking the foundation. So you guys need to go back almost to the beginning and start to fix that foundation, make it stronger, make it out of a better material, see how you can redo the beginning. Go back to the beginning to try to redo this. And not necessarily redo. I don't feel like you guys need a total overhaul, but go back to the beginning, do some self-reflection. How can you make a better, solider foundation for you so that you're not so busy doing all this stuff and like taking on so much and overthinking? It's really the message I'm getting for most of you guys, at least. The next card that we have is the Revolutionary, and then the next card we have is Ask Body. So you guys need like a whole revolution. You guys need a whole like redo. Like, what can you do to have this huge life revolution in order to make this foundation solid so that you can continue building this huge castle and it's not going to just crash on you. Because, if you build a house on an unsteady foundation, I mean, it's going to break down eventually. Like, you're not going to have that pretty house for very long. So you need to go back to the basics and build on that. Like, just forget about all the extras for a moment. Have a revolution, fix the foundation, do it proper, do it right, and then you can save your castle. We also have the card here of ask body. And so this is talking about really ask your soul, your feelings. Listen to yourself. Also the body is the foundation. Take care of your body right now, because this is also, I think, talking for some of you guys, like maybe your foundation that's not really in alignment right now could actually be your physical body for some of you. Again, it's a general reading, so don't take everything I say to heart, but I do get the message for some of you guys, and you will know who you are when you're listening to this, but some of you guys need to go back to your own physical body and ask yourself, am I taking care of myself properly? Am I giving myself enough time? It can even be time. It might not even be like health related, but it could even be just giving yourself enough time for you in order to rest, get enough sleep, because Nine of Swords is also a huge lack of sleep. So anything that's keeping you up at night, you need time to relax enough to let your stress go so that you can fall asleep at night and get the sleep that you need in order to do the work that you need to do, in order to make your dreams and goals and desires come to fruition. You need to take care of yourself so that you have enough energy and you have enough physical strength to do this, and mental strength as well. So ask yourself and start taking care of yourself. Start feeding yourself good food, making sure that you have enough time to relax and recuperate yourself. We also have the card of surrender. I think this is a huge time of surrendering. Maybe you guys have been going so hard for so long and you're at almost maybe a little bit of a breaking point. This is time to surrender to the divine, allow things to just flow, listen to the guidance of the universe right now. Don't ever try to force anything. This is not a time of forcing. If you try to force something when you're building something and the foundation's already cracked and you try to force it, you're gonna break it even harder and quicker than just surrendering and just going back, calming yourself, allowing yourself to relax, come from a clean state of mind. And then you're gonna get the answers that you need as well, because you're not acting on adrenaline, you're not acting on the quickest kind of like instinct. Then you have time to actually really think and really calculate what's the best move right now. You guys need to get back to that space and just allow the message to come to you. And then, usually we make better decisions when we have like a night to think about it, but usually the best decisions are only made when you come from a calm state, because it's not made out of fear. It'll be made out of a smart decision. So surrender right now. Don't act right now. Allow yourself to give yourself time to just surrender. Take care of yourself to the point where you get like relaxed again, and allow the answer to come to you, and you'll find the answer to rebuild that foundation properly and do it in the right way. Next card, of course, we have self-love, and it comes right beside the Ask Body card. This is really powerful, guys. So surrender, give yourself that self-love that you need, the time that you need, the good food that you need. Love yourself enough that if you need to go take care of something, or you need to make that doctor's appointment, or you need to go to that gym, or you need to clean out your pantry of all the junk food and put good food in there, or make the time to at least, relax in the evening and do something for you. Do those types of things right now. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. There's ups and downs about life. This is just reminding you of the cycle of life. Things will be on the up and up, but in order to be on the up and up, you need to start calming down. Don't force anything, and allow things to move upwards. Don't try to swim upstream right now. We also have Taurus. And then we have 8th house of endings and beginnings. So with this Taurus I have card, I feel like you guys do have the tools to fix things. You have the tools to make things perfect and grounded again. You have the tools to keep the material things that you have and not to lose everything. But you need to listen to the advice that we're talking about right here. And then we have the 8th house of endings and beginnings. This is ruled by Scorpio, and this is really talking about you're at the end of a cycle. Things need to change, absolutely. This is a huge change card. So the way that you're currently doing things is not working anymore. You need to change the way you're doing things. There needs to be an end to that and a new beginning to this new foundation that you're going to have, this new way of doing things. It'll be a huge revolution that you guys get Usually the 8th house deals a lot with loss, but you guys don't need to lose everything when we have Taurus. You still can keep these things. You can still have all of these things, but you need to listen to the advice of what to do right now to keep everything together. And yeah, I think you guys can definitely keep it, but there just needs to be an ending to the old way and a new beginning to the new way. We also have get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connects with nature. Get grounded again. Again, talking about foundation. Come back to the basics. Come back to the beginning. Beginning, guys. Come back to the beginning. What do you need to fix? And how do you do it the right way? Don't make any decisions based on fear or any quick decisions. It's time to really calm down to that relaxed self-love state, and the answer will be so clear. And then you can get grounded, redo this foundation. And then the mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So if there's things that are bothering you right now, and if you feel like highly critical or like, look in the mirror. Everything's a reflection. You just need to fix the foundation. What's actually really bothering you? Because what you think might be bothering you isn't actually the real problem, probably. So look back to your foundation, your values, your morals, all these types of things, and fix this foundation. Because I think you guys are overworking yourselves, over pushing yourselves in order to make your dreams come true. And for you guys, the answer to make all your dreams and desires come true is to stop over pushing yourself and to stop pushing to make something happen. Right now is the time to make all your dreams and desires happen, is going back to this foundation and realizing that you need to have the healthy balance of being so happy about yourself, finding your happiness, taking time for yourself. Is going to give you enough energy to manifest all your dreams and desires. So you need the balance instead of just the push. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that makes sense. And if you guys like this video, then definitely give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys, and good luck.